في ترتيبها هرجان غريبة في ترتيبها هرجان تعطيك لؤلؤا من فم الأسدين مهتة ماش ولا حرجان مهتة ماش ولا حرجان
All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. It's the Fakeologist Show on a Sunday. That means that we have a special guest from Europe. Actually, I should have said it's 2:13 p.m., 1400 hours here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, on the north shore of Lake Ontario, where we are storming away. We have a full Eastern North America wide winter storm going on, and guess what? We are on the top part of it. If you want to look at a weather map, which I love the weather, I'm obsessed with weather, I have to admit. If you want to take a look at that map, we can show you what's going on. There's the map of North America right now, and you can see it's brutally cold all the way down into Texas over here. And very cold along the Appalachian Mountains, which is this blue turquoise line here. That's the Appalachian sort of mountain area that starts down here and comes up here. And then even the big cities like Washington and New York are below freezing. And the only place where there's any kind of heat is where I want to be, which is Southwest Florida. It's even warmer than Southeast Florida. Interesting. So there you go. That's the Spain of North America. Well, if you don't include Mexico. And today's special guest who sent us his music is Unreal, all the way from the south of France, where it's probably pretty warm too. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
And how warm is it there? So we can be really...
It's about, today it was about 12 degrees.
12 Celsius for all us... French metric people. The metric system is from France, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Now here is a map of North America, and just because I was in this crappy weather this morning on my rounds, now you can see that obviously North America is huge, and all the weather is here on the east side. This is the Mississippi right here. So east-west between East and West America is the Mississippi. So it's pretty much from along this line here. Can't see the river. And Winnipeg here, this is the geographic center of North America, right here. Did you know that? This was going to be a very important capital of North America at one point, Winnipeg, which is right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And
what time would this be?
Well, I think maybe that plan was maybe 100 years ago. It's just because it was in the center of Canada. It's really in the center of North America, if you look at the map. Now, as you were saying, there's no real on the pre-show. This is the video portion of the show. There is a pre-show if you listen to the audio. But as you were saying...
At the end.
Well, yeah, I usually leave it at the... I'm going to leave it at the beginning this time, probably. But if you're listening to the video, you'll have to go to the audio to listen to the pre-show. That's where the good stuff is. But as you were saying, most of Canada has no roads. Now, I would agree that if you took, say, this whole top half here, if you went way from, say, here, which is maybe the 48th parallel, Newfoundland, Labrador, northern Quebec, northern Ontario, and then you'd have to go up a bit, but not too far. Northern Manitoba, completely empty, no roads. Northern Saskatchewan, right about halfway, no roads. Now, Alberta's a little bit different. Well, not really. So most 2/3 of Alberta have roads. Here's Fort McMurray where the oil is, but north of that, nothing much. Bush. Here's a road. There's a couple little roads, and then northern British Columbia. There is a road that goes to Alaska, but that's about it. It's mostly mountains. No roads there. No roads in their mountains, as you can zoom in here. I don't see any roads there, do you?
No, nothing.
So like you said, or like I was saying to you, most of Canada is within an hour of the United States. Like Vancouver is literally on the border. Calgary is a little farther, and there's nothing in Montana to connect to. So Regina is just a tiny little place, and it's connected to nothing, really. North Dakota is another wasteland. Winnipeg, which I said was the center of North America, it's really, there's not much there except cold.
And you of course know that the further you zoom into a map, the flatter it gets, right? So it's like all the maps we use, they're flat, so they don't take into considerations any any curve.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why big maps are so deformed, because they're always represented on the flat surface, despite they are supposed to be round. So it's like you have many different projections of the surface area of North America, and this is just one of them. And I think this would be like the web-based Google version of the Mercator map.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of different. This is not correct in any way of the world, but for us, it's the real thing.
No,
but
it's good that you bring it up, because look how big Greenland is on this map. Greenland is bigger than North America. How is that possible?
Well, if it's something like I've tried to bring up before, that we do live on a flat surface, it could be even bigger than you see on the map. Only we don't know about it, and it's like they say it's smaller, but it could be bigger. Nobody knows anything else like other than the shoreline. Nobody knows what's inside of Greenland, more or less. They say it's a hole now, but it's just like the Arctic Ocean. I've explained this before.
Yes.
What you see is blue there now. It's never anything else than ice. It's capped with ice, the whole North Pole. So it's like only in summer you have some small areas that makes it possible to go by boat somewhere, but it mostly it's just an ice cap, and it's like it's nothing like what you see. The Arctic Ocean is a huge misconception. It's only ice up there, and nobody knows what's under the ice. They try to tell us there's a 5,000 meters deep ocean at the North Pole, and you have the Russians. They are known for having put the Russian flag at the exact North Pole under the water with its submarine, and it's all contrived, and we know very little of what's all the way up north on our maps and all the way down south on our maps. These are territories that could be immense, and we know nothing about. And there's only a couple of countries that actually have access to these areas, and that's the United States, Russia, and England, more or less.
Now I just typed North Pole. I typed North Pole. Where the hell is it?
Yeah, and
I'm looking for it here. North Pole. Where is it on the map?
There's 3 North Poles. So
that's Arctic Ocean. I'll try it again. I type in North Pole. It says cartographic.
But you see that the joke is this. It's like you have the Antarctic continent and you have the Arctic oceans. So what if it's the opposite? Like it's the Antarctic Ocean and the Arctic continent. Okay, so that's what I have proposed in many small articles, that it's the other way around. We have Antarctica is just a concept. Nobody's really been there, and it's locked down. Nobody can go there other than certified officials.
Yeah, well, I was going to share a podcast about that, but like I just typed North Pole, and all I have is the Arctic Ocean, completely blue. Now I can't zoom out. It won't. Oh wait, I did zoom out. Okay, hold on. So I'll try it again. it doesn't really give a good reference as to where the heck it is on this map. So I'll type it again. Let me zoom out.
Yeah, the geographic North Pole, you have the magnetic North Pole, and you have
I'm
a
zooming
third
out.
North Pole. I'm not sure you
I
remember
keep
what.
zooming out, but nothing happens.
Yeah, because it's
Wait, there it is.
completely contrived.
Oh, it's
Everything.
supposed to be up here somewhere, right here under the word Arctic Ocean. So it's not even near land,
Mm.
according to
and
this.
and they and what's very unusual is like the further north you go, the flatter everything gets. All right.
Mhm.
So just as the land is very flat, so we have to think the ocean would be. But still, they make us believe that there's 5,000-meter depth of sea under the North Pole, which
Mhm.
is always covered in ice. So you
So
see,
this Arctic Ocean is always frozen?
yes, it is
Okay,
always
because
frozen.
you certainly wouldn't know that from looking at this Google map.
And go
But
to the other side, and you see only white. So it's like just remember how they invert everything. So it's like
you
the
go down
most.
here. You go down here, and it's this white.
Yeah.
Why is it such a massive? There's more
So
mass of land
normally,
down
I would
here.
say that all this white stuff you see down south is probably up north. So that's why
Mhm.
if United States they go to Greenland and stuff like that, they're just going to have access to an immense territory of nothingness, and it's probably very good for doing research, I would guess.
Yeah, how even Greenland is in the news all around the world because of Trump, and most people mix Iceland up with Greenland because Iceland is green and Greenland is ice. So they've inverted that. Now I don't know who named them. Maybe the Vikings, or I don't know who came up with the crazy names. But look at this. Look at this Greenland. I think of Greenland as a small island in my head, but now that I go and I know it's big, but when I look at this map, if you can you can see if you took Greenland and overlaid it on North America, it would go from the top of Canada where no one is, and it would be all the way down to the Panama Canal. Massive, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like we don't realize that the furthest regions to the north and the south on our maps, nobody can really go there. So it's like it's just an illusion that we think that the whole world is like open for everyone. We actually live in a very concentrated area, just in the middle of the maps that we see there, and that's why you only have a few countries that's very far up north, and you only have a few countries that far down south.
Mhm.
So we like a concentrated area of civilization where actually life can happen. It's like when
Yeah.
you go too far north, there's no more life, and that's why I
Mhm.
have not great faith in many of the animal species they pretend live outside of human presence, which is like in the Arctic and the Antarctic. They have many newfound animals like penguins and enormous whales and all those animals that we can ask questions about, like of polar bears too.
Yeah, I'm looking for the capital of Greenland. I know it's called Nuuk. It's around here somewhere on the coast, obviously. I can't find it, so I'll have to type it in. I think it's called Nuuk. Nuuk, Greenland. Nuuk. Oh, there it is. It's literally the size of a small little village anywhere in America. So it's this little tip of an island, or that's not an island, that's an archipelago. So it's the very tip of that's a very interesting looking relief map. It almost looks like some kind of monster. Interesting on this map of Google Maps. So there's Nuuk. So if you zoom out, you can barely see it. It's just this right there, that little tip. Now, I guess that might be the capital because it might be one of the closest points between Greenland and the very tippy top of Quebec or Newfoundland, named
And,
named by the Portuguese, by the way.
and just south of Greenland, you had on the early Mercator maps the area of Friesland, which was on every map in the early ages, but that just disappeared some 100 years ago.
There was a Friesland?
Yeah.
As in Freeze, as in
No,
freeze? No.
FRIS land, and they
Oh,
had cities and the shoreline and everything. It's a
okay.
very famous forgotten map area that's just disappeared from the maps at one time. It's like many islands and areas of maps have been changed during the times without us really knowing about it. Many islands, many phantom islands exist in the oceans. There's a lot of islands that have been found and lost.
Friesland or Friesland is a 16th to 17th century phantom island, often mapped in North Atlantic near Greenland. Originating from map errors or confusion with the southern tip of Greenland, Cape Farewell, it appeared on maps from 1560s to the 1660s. It was a cartographic error, not a real landmass. And it gained prominence after being featured on the 1558 Zeno map. So it's just Martin Frobisher just was confused.
Yeah, and it did feature also on Mercator's some of Mercator's maps. So there's a lot of instances of these kind of phantom islands and phantom territories. And as you know, the first globe was launched without the Americas on it. They had the whole globe working without the Americas. 1492 Behaim globe, the Earth apple.
Wow, I learned something today. We can end the show just now because I just learned something actually brand new. I never knew about this Phantom Island.
It's close to you.
Yeah, it's really close.
Canada should go to war to get them back.
Oh yeah. Now the whole reason this conversation started is I just wanted to show you how half of the United States today and yesterday, starting yesterday, is shut down because of this this is all snow. All blue is snow, pink is ice, and green is rain, yellow is rain, and down here, red is extremely heavy rain, as in thunder clapping noises and such. But that's why I highlighted the map here. So we're here up here in Toronto. We are being buried under a lot of snow. So all the major population centers in America are being buried. They said this is the biggest shutdown of the airlines since COVID's. So that's interesting. And let's confirm that because we can do that. Let's check out the flights over this area now and see if it's true. Well, there seems to be a lot of it. I don't know. There's a lot of planes going on right now. I'm not sure they're shut down, but there you go. Well, guess where all the planes are? Down here in Florida. Florida's crowded. Look at the planes. It's like a beehive of activity. But you can see, I guess for Eastern America, this is a pretty low plane count. That's pretty low. That's pretty low there. But anyway, you can just look at Europe over here and see all the planes. You guys are playing crazy over there. Playing crazy. Oop, Unreal left, and now he's back. Hello, Unreal, you're back. Unreal, hello? Hello? Unreal just went for a disappearance. Now he has no microphone, so that's why he's not talking. Okay, that's funny. Technical. So anyway, there's your picture of the plane map. We were talking about that on Wednesday. So getting back to the snow kidding. This is what we are now, and all of America is talking about it. And if you want to go to Drudge will probably be talking about it. Hello, you back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you went away.
Yeah. I tried to drag and drop a photo to the window, but that doesn't work.
Yeah, it killed the window.
Yeah. So how do I upload an image?
Well, you can share. So you got to go on the bottom of the Unreal Restream Studio. There's a bubble with
Yeah.
a computer monitor and up arrow. That's
Yeah.
for sharing.
Okay,
So you
so
can
I
pick a
have
window
to
or
share a window, not to
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they say this snowpocalypse is affecting 220 million people. So there you go.
So if I share this, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Here we
that's
go.
the Friesland or the Mercator early maps.
Wait, I see a lot of text. I don't know. I only see the files and I can't see them.
Okay. So that's
It's taking a long time. It's almost like it's a poor internet connection.
so I can't. Can I send you a photo in the chat or nothing?
Well, probably the best thing is just email it to me, I guess. Or you can put it in Discord. Are you on Discord?
No, not now. But I can load it. But it's just impractical that I can't send you just a file. Anyhow, it's not
Yeah,
important.
you want to show me a picture? I wouldn't mind seeing it, but you can email it to me and let me know when it goes through, and I'll pick it up and display it.
Yeah, it's I'm thinking of something else now, so I'm just gonna. Oh, no. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So anyhow, you contacted me because of a compliment that was sent to you, I think, on
On X.
the Twitter.
X. Yes, on X, Twitter. Yeah.
And I found that very nice to have somebody that remembered some of our past podcasts. So
Yes, that was Jan van Gumpel.
yeah, so I should at least say hello to him and thank him for the nice comment.
Yeah, it's very kind.
So
We
as I
accept
told you,
compliments and attacks, whatever you want.
So as I told you, I have been really busy with other projects lately, so I have not been able to do much research. So as I told you, I can come on and we can just have a chat.
Yeah, and here we are.
And I guess something that I've in my regular life, I would say, have been interested in for a while is food, because we all depend on consuming food to stay alive, and our body it regenerates, I think, every 2 years, and it does that from what we eat. So it's we are what we eat, more or less, and I've always been interested in different approaches to food, and I never thought I would get to have a conspiratorial view of food, but I just got one. So I thought I would maybe share it with you and the listeners, and it's something I haven't researched so much yet, but it's a popular topic, and I think you brought it up yourself sometimes.
Yeah,
and it's actually it's a diet that has been popularized lately. That is the carnivore diet.
Okay.
And I found it interesting, as I have other diets before, and I've been eating vegan diets. I've been eating vegetarian diets. I've been eating raw diets. I've been eating paleo diets. I've been eating how do you say, no sugar diets. It's keto diets, making your body consume ketones. So I've been through a lot of diets, and I've been fasting. So I've been doing some water fasting. I'm doing dry fasting.
Okay.
So I'm really interested in health and what we eat. So I never really thought too much about the carnivore diet, and I think it's kind of a fad in itself, but it's something that's really important about that discussion that I think some people could try to consider, which is that both animals and plants that we eat have been much altered in recent times. And when you go back in time, none of the plant foods that we eat were comestible.
Mm-hmm.
It's only in recent times that we have been able to make plant foods that don't kill us. So this is something
Yeah.
that I didn't realize before. It's the fact that our industrial revolution brought with it a crop of new plants that were eatable. Before, apples and fruits and vegetables, they were very hard to eat. They were not very sugary. They were not very easy to peel. They were hard because plants, they have naturally their own protection, and
Yeah.
and that protection is chemicals. Okay,
Yeah.
animals, they don't have any chemical protection because they have their inertia as animals to get away from danger, which plants do not have. So do you know how many toxins there are in plant foods and how many toxins there are in animal foods? Approximately.
Oh, probably none in animals and millions in plants.
Right. So it's like uh, the trick that has been played on us in a large scale is enabled to grow population. uh, 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 the elite have altered plants that are chemically full of toxins to become comestible. And we are actually eating so much plants that we are chemically intoxicating ourselves, many of us. And what we don't realize is that what we think is natural foods, which is foods that grow in nature, it's not something that's natural for humans to eat. Because humans, until the 1500s to 1700s, they could not eat plants because they were too toxic.
Mm.
So you see, what's funny is that all the people, and me included, that really prefer to eat toxin-free food that is organically produced and grown in the ground, we're actually completely wrong. The toxin-free food we think is not the one that is toxin-free. The real toxin-free food is animal produced, which is
Yeah.
not which is not by nature full of toxins to protect itself.
I
That
should
is
get
plants.
I should get this guy on. The guy's name is Samahul. Strange name. And that's what I was posting or retweeting on X. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so you didn't even see it. So here he goes. Here's one post from so he's big on this topic. He says fiber is indigestible. That's the definition. You cannot digest it. It passes through your system unchanged. But that's why it's good. It cleanses your colon. Your colon doesn't need cleansing. It's not a drain pipe. It's an organ that absorbs water and electrolytes from digestive waste. Fiber bulks that waste, making it harder to move and provides zero nutritional value because you cannot digest it. You're eating something your body can't use, calling it essential and wondering why you're bloated. It's like eating plastic and claiming it's good for you because it makes your poop bigger. Interesting.
And yeah, and if we go back in time, uh, who do you think developed all these plants that were toxic to become comestible?
The
Where did it
Jesuits,
happen?
probably the Jesuits.
In monasteries.
Yeah,
So
right here. It's like you're reading this. Throughout history, the pattern is identical. Those in power eat animal products. Those they govern are told to eat plants. Monasteries preaching fasting and vegetarianism to peasants. The monks' kitchens were full of meat, cheese, and butter. Fasting was for lay people.
no.
The
The priests,
monastery
the monks did not have access to meat. It was only the priests in the higher classes, not the monks.
Ah, interesting. This is very good.
And you know what they did with children? They got meats, and when people got sick, they got meats. But it's
Interesting.
but it's I think it's very important to make this distinction. We're talking about the fact that we are being chemically poisoned by plants by eating too much of them. It's not that we can't eat none of it. It's just that it's not made for
It's
humans.
not the staple. It shouldn't be
No.
the staple. Yeah.
And it never have been. And we are led to believe that what's most natural is what's growing in the ground, which is not the case. And it never been the case before modern times. And the carrot is just a couple hundred years old. So are most of the vegetables that we think are so natural. They're developed lately. The carrot, of course, comes from Holland. It's orange, like the country of orange. Orange, it's Holland. So it's like all these produce that we now think are natural, they are actually manufactured in a very strict process, most probably in religious convents to begin with. And that's the strong story about the potato and everything, that it came from other continents where they don't actually eat those roots, you see?
I'm wondering if this is, I was just looking it up, if it's somewhat related to the phrase, qu'ils mangent de la brioche. You remember that?
No.
Let them eat cake, which is the famous, though likely apocryphal translation of the French phrase qu'ils mangent de la brioche. It is traditionally attributed to a great princess and later to Marie Antoinette, and used to symbolize an out-of-touch elite, suggesting a luxurious substitute, cake, when the poor lack basic food, bread. Let them eat meat is a modern twist on that saying, usually used rhetorically or satirically in debates about class, food prices, or vegetarianism, veganism, echoing the same idea of elites offering an unrealistic or tone-deaf solution when people cannot afford staple foods. So that's not exactly what we're saying, but it's kind of
But at least for me, it's a very big distinction. It's the fact that we just, much like much of science, is like we are misled
inverted. Yeah.
about everything about food in the fact that they make it so incredibly complicated and so many, so many substances that's in there. But the fact is that the food that suits us best doesn't have that many different chemicals and toxins. We are not supposed to have that many chemicals and toxins. So when people eat more plant foods, of course, they chemically alter themselves. So we are chemically kind of castrating ourselves through eating too much plant foods that, despite its inoffensive, appearance, it's grown with a lot of chemical compounds in it that we are not meant to eat. And I will say something else about that.
Yeah.
Our digestive system is not made to digest plant foods. It's made to digest animal foods. That's why we have a pH of 1 in our stomach, which is even stronger than pure carnivores like cats. And something that's funny is, like, if you have an animal like a dog or a cat, they've been with us for a long time, and it's very natural that they are with us. And why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Because we give them food. And what food do we give them?
They eat our scraps.
We give them animal foods because that's what they eat.
Yeah.
Their food is the same as our food, which is animal foods. And we have been educated out of understanding that, as unfortunate as it is, we actually are made to consume animal produce more so than plant produce, and we cannot compare the validity or the utility of those two foods for humans because they are not the same. Our digestive system is made for consuming animal foods, not plant foods.
Hey, we have a guest that just came into the restream, Jim Rizzoli. Jim Rizzoli, hello.
Hi, I'm enjoying this conversation. Very good.
Thank you. Well, it just came out of nowhere. We didn't even have a topic, Jim, and look at that. Unreal
Well,
from France is a smart guy.
I agree with him. I'm more. I don't eat really that many vegetables, if at all. I'm a meat eater, so I agree with what he's saying. And I've read about the situation with the vegetables being toxic, and I agree with that. And yeah, good. It's good to be able to talk about what people eat, because I think people are being poisoned.
I do
because
too.
we can have another a way of explaining this. It's like I think that the most interesting diet that has been developed is probably the GAPS diet, and that's from a Russian doctor called Natalie McBride. And she made that diet because she had an autistic son that did not get better, and she had to readapt all her conception of food because of her son that was very ill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that's really natural if you think about it. So if you give a child the exact same constitution of foods that the child gets when it gets breast milk, do you think it's going to be well, or do you think it's going to be ill?
If they eat breast milk,
Yeah.
breast milk is what you need. A child needs.
What's breast milk? It's an animal food.
It's an animal food, right? From an animal.
So if you're ill as a child, what should you eat?
Obviously, animal food,
Yes.
animal-based diet.
And what doesn't children want to eat? What do they hate to eat? What do
Their
children
vegetables.
hate to eat?
They hate to eat their vegetables. Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Well, it's just a natural reaction, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't have a.
And she have healed her son and many other sons by giving them pure animal produce. And that's not just eating meat. It's eating fermented milk products. It's by eating the whole animal, by eating meat stock, by eating a wide variety of animal foods, not just eat meat, which is the carnivore diet. And I'm not in favor of such a restricted diet. Eating animal foods is not a restricted diet. It's actually the diet that's the easiest for humans to consume. If you like, if you try to make food for a lot of people for a long time, and you have access to animals, you can actually make that work very well. But if you need to give a lot of people over many days just vegetable foods, you're going to have a problem, because that's much harder to prepare. It takes a long time and people don't get full. So we actually have been educated into thinking that the most natural food is greens and vegetables and fruits, and it's not.
This one, somebody, let me just read. There's some good comments today in the chat, as always. Luna Jane Parker says, they say that the most colorful animals are the most poisonous. I wonder if that applies to vegetables. They always say eat a
No. She can't say poisonous, because the animals we are supposed to eat, they're not poisonous at all. So that we have to. There are 10 to 20,000 chemical compounds in the fruit and vegetables that we consume, and there's none of those toxic compounds in animal foods that we eat. It's actually so well designed that the animals that we are supposed to eat, they're ruminants, and they actually eat the plants.
Yes,
and they have 4 stomachs to filter out all the chemicals and to give us the pleasure of having just pure meat produced that's completely clean out of any toxin. So you see, we are not made to eat. I think that's what I think. We are not made to eat other animals that eat carnivores. You know, we are made to eat ruminant animals that actually clean the produce for us. That's the most natural foods for humans.
Stephen Johnson was saying, Luna Jane Parker, she wasn't saying we shouldn't eat them. She was just showing how nature maybe colorized certain animals to look a certain way, but she wasn't making a comment on the food.
No, but I don't like the fact that we think that animals are have plenty of toxins. They don't. It's only plants that have toxins, you know.
Right, but don't some animals?
They have venoms.
Some
animals have venoms to kill other animals or whatever, but they are not toxic in their constitution, which plants are. And plants, they actually kill you slowly, and that's what we have so hard to. It's like boiling the frog, you know. Yes. We are boiled as frogs by eating all this plant produce. We are not supposed to eat in such quantities. And all this system did not exist before the church actually managed to develop plants that were comestible, enough for us to not need so much other foods. And I guess that has to do with the ambition to grow the human population without us having the advantage of having long lives and prosperous lives and healthy brains.
Okay, let me finish reading this post because it's really good. Medieval courts issuing grain subsidies. The nobility's tables featured multiple meat courses: venison, boar, fowl. The peasants got bread. Victorian dietary reformers promoting vegetable-based diets. They ate roasts at private clubs. The working classes got lectures about lentils. 20th century government nutritional guidelines. The food pyramid was created by committee, but the politicians writing the policy didn't follow it. They ate steaks at expense dinners while telling Americans to eat 6 to 11 servings of grain daily. Modern climate activists campaigning against meat. They're photographed at galas eating beef. Their private jets use more carbon than a herd of cattle, but you should eat the bugs. Modern health influencers promoting plant based diets, secretly supplementing with B12, iron, creatine, omega 3s, all the nutrients they can't get from plants. Some are secretly eating eggs or fish. They just don't film it. The World Economic Forum discussing sustainable protein alternatives. Their catered events serve grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, and artisanal cheeses. Bugs are for everybody else. The wealthy understanding what nutrition actually requires has never changed. They eat animal products because outcomes matter more than ideology. But they can't say that publicly. Admitting meat is necessary while promoting plant-based diets for others would expose the game. So they eat privately while they campaign against it publicly. Strategy, not hypocrisy. If the masses ate like the elites, they'd be as healthy, strong, and energetic as the elites. Hard to maintain hierarchy when everyone's thriving. Better to promote sustainable diets of grains and plants while quietly eating the food that actually works. The advice has always flowed one direction: down. Nobility to peasants. Grain is your sustenance, meat is for special occasions. Priests to lay people. Fasting purifies. Meat is indulgence. Politicians to citizens. Whole grains are heart healthy. Red meat is dangerous. Elites to working class. Plant based is the future. Meat is unsustainable. Meanwhile, every single group giving this advice continues eating animal products themselves. They know. They've always known. The question is when everyone else figures it out. Wow, what a great post.
Yeah, but I'm not happy with the fact that they reduce animal produce to meat. It's not true. What we need more than meat is the fat of the animals. We need animal fat. That's what our brains are made of. So if you go around and think you can just eat meat, you're wrong. You need to eat all the fatty parts. That's what you really need. That's what your most will profit from. So it's not eating steak. That's what not a human diet. Eating a human diet is based on animal products, like as you said, it's cheeses, it's meat stocks. Stock is very important. Bone broths, meat broths. It's really important. So it's like the American way of making the carnivore diet these days is very reductive. It's not at all representative of a very diverse diet with animal-based products.
Wow.
It's just a sad fact, and I am as guilty as anyone. I prefer to eat plant foods because I think it's you don't have to think about killing animals. You don't have to roast stuff in the oven for hours. It's a cleaner way to eat. I would prefer it, but it's not natural for us. It's not made to digest plant foods. It's only designed to digest animal foods, and plant foods can be an addition in some ways. And we probably, after like over 50 years of eating plants, I'm probably adapted to consuming a fair part of plants. But my system, my design is to consume animal products, unfortunately. And as much as it's not agreeable to look at how we're designed and to understand what our diet should be like, it's even worse to not realize that we have been conned into thinking that plants are good for us, and it's a very amicable friend of man. It's not. Plants are full of chemicals, and they were never designed to be eaten. Their wish is not to be eaten.
Stephen Johnson says animal fat needs to be around 40% of what we eat.
Exactly.
And Echo Charlie says, yeah, go ahead.
So good luck eating just steak. You understand? So it's like we need to eat a variety of foods, including greens and stuff like that from time to time. So it's like, it's not that you should, but it's just a lie that plants are made for humans. It's not. Our digestive system is made for animal foods. And that's why if we just ate the same thing our mother gave us from birth, we would be fine. We don't need a single vegetable. We would be fine.
Yeah. What about Echo Charlie is
but it's just something that I've been fooled all my life into thinking that food is so complex. And it's really so easy as to look at the cats and dogs around you, how they venerate you, because you are the prime hunter. You are the guy that got them food. Always scraps of food around the humans. That's why they are our friends, because we give them food. And what food do they eat? A cat cannot eat anything vegetable. They are an exclusive carnivore. You know?
Yeah,
so,
very good.
So we are made to eat just what our mother gives us when we were born, and that's what our digestive system is best to optimize to digest. It's animal foods, and unfortunately, that means that we need to produce more animal foods. And today, unfortunately, something that made me eat less animal foods is like we pump the animals full of toxins, and that includes massive doses of vaccinations. So it's a very sad state of affairs. The fact that animals who live short lives mostly, they get really overused by vaccine industry, and veterinaries, they are really horrible people that pumps animals full of vaccines without any second thought. It's horrible. It's worse than humans, I think, Nelly, because they can't say it hurts. They can say they're sick, but they are
you're
pumped
talking
full
about
of
vaccinating
toxins.
animals. Yeah. So they're poisoning the animals, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes, they are. They are poisoning our food sources because that's their aim anyhow. They never wanted us to be healthy and as smart as they are. Why would you? Why would you train your opponent to be as strong as you? What's the motivation for that?
Yeah, well, I agree. Echo Charlie is sort of pushing back a bit, saying that the Africans that eat yams have little colon cancer and large bowel movements. And she said, some medical studies suggest higher fiber decreases colon cancer. Every carnivore should get their colonoscopy since our foods have so many chemicals that go through the bowels. So I don't know if you could just say that without.
No,
That's propaganda.
I'm sorry, but it's like every theory on Earth has some science that proves their theory is right. Okay, so
yes, yeah,
it's just a waste of time to try to put your head into science to learn truth. You have to have some idea of how the system works, and you have to understand how human nature works. And we are not being very much helped in that direction. But as I'm trying to tell you, a child, when he's born, what the child is eating is mother's milk, and that's the best nutrition for any child. And if any child gets sick, the best way to get them healthy is to keep giving them the same type of food their mother gave them. That's how you get them healthy again. So what's intoxicating the children and makes them sick is the human diet. And the human diet, unfortunately, has a lot of unfortunate products in it. And also animal foods are not so easy to digest sometimes when they're full of antibiotics, when they're full of traces of vaccines and heavy metals and everything. They even try to vaccinate fish now. And a lot of the fish that they cultivate in horrible ways, they're giving them like OGM plant foods. And then they eat the animals that have plant fats in them, So I have been through most of the diets, and I can just tell you, it's like the origin of the health of plant foods. It's a fake origin. This was concocted by the religions and state through centuries. They tried to manufacture plant foods that we could actually eat. But if you go a little bit further back in time, humans could not eat plants. So it's a very recent phenomenon that we are going around and eating a lot of plants. It's very recent. And that's something that we should consider when we think that plants become not for humans to eat, and not for any for most animals either.
Sorry, you broke up that last sentence. That last sentence just broke up.
Yeah, I was just going about the same. I just think it's fascinating how they have created the natural state of plant foods for us in modern times. It's not ancient. They have not been eating carrots for very long. They have not been eating broccoli for very long. They have not been eating apples and oranges for so much for that long. They were bitter in nature. Very, very bitter.
So I shouldn't be eating fruit either?
No, I'm not saying that you are wrong in having some animal, some plant foods and stuff. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't say we are not made to digest it. So it's like you're not going to get so much use out of what you eat as plant foods. What you actually need to preserve your health is to have many healthy fats. And there are not many healthy plant fats, of course, because they're so full of different trace compounds.
Yeah. Ardman says one needs to also wonder where all the food comes from every day for so-called 8 billion people. The only thing they grow around here are plants and flowers. Right.
So when they developed modern society, they had to think about how people would they were able to sustain people, how they were able to eat, and it's like grains and plants. It's just it grows by itself more or less. So it's like very it's a good combination of several aspects for the elite that give us food that's not really expensive to produce, and we are not really dying straight away of it, so we can work a long while by eating it. But then again, we're never going to have any possibility to gain excellent health by doing so either. So every vegan that's only producing plant foods, they are chemically restricting themselves, and they're kind of self-destructing and slowly reducing brain size. That's been proved by some books too. Like vegan brains are shrinking. That's been proven by some scientists at least, and it's pretty normal. It's like you cannot get enough fats from plants to nourish your brain. See, so in order to get good fats for your brain, you need to have some animal fats, and those are the only fats that are not full of trace chemicals and stuff like that too. If they've not been vaccinated and medicated to be beyond. So we do a lot of nasty stuff to animal products too to
corrupt it. Yeah, we're corrupting it to make it more toxic and probably not good for us.
So which is why I really liked. I still like the Peter the prophet's theme of literary analysis, but he completely misses the point that if the elite do eat meat, it's for a good reason. They're not crazy, and I don't agree about how much they would.
So you don't think the elite were eating the peasants?
No. I think it's I've tried to explain as much the fact that there's no way that churches had any use of sunlight to cook anything inside a church. That's just not practically feasible, and so it's like practically impossible. Did they do other stuff in churches? Possibly, but they did not cook there, and they did not consume what they cooked there. So it's like, and when you look at the human digestive system, it's like we probably would not do so well eating just other carnivore meats. So we probably would need to get benefits from ruminant animals to have a full diet.
Interesting. Jim, what are your research? Jim does a lot of videos on this topic and food.
Yeah, I've looked into it quite a bit, and I think another problem that you haven't brought up, maybe you can think about it. I think people eat too much. Now, I'll give myself as an example, and it's hard to, you're going to believe this. I only eat one meal a day. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Okay. And I go from, if so, let's say I eat my meal and it's a meat meal mostly. Okay.
yeah.
So let's say I eat it at 12 o'clock, then I won't have another meat. I won't eat again until another, 24 hours. So every day it's like a fast. But I think people, they put too much stuff in their body, and their body doesn't get a chance to process it properly too. So I think that's a problem too. And of course, all the other stuff that they're eating is all junk, completely junk. Anything that's processed, that's in a package, then you can say it's junk. I mean, it might taste good, but if it's in a package or whatever it's in, wrapped up in whatever, it's probably not that healthy for you.
Oh, I agree with that. I would agree. I think everyone here is on that same page as well on that. If you can't understand what the ingredients say, then you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the long chemical names and whatnot, and also the fake sugar that they give us that's made from a chemical process to get the sugar out of corn, which is not very not natural at all.
I don't eat anything sweet that's sugary, like cookies or crackers. I mean, I don't eat anything candy, stuff like that. I stay away from sugar completely. And it's weird. I don't even desire it.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's like once you get away from it, it's really weird that, like, even me eating one meal a day, I'm not hungry at all, all during the day. After I eat, that's it. I mean, I drink. I will drink, enough water. You should drink at least, a good amount of, whatever you drink. It doesn't have to be water, but something that's liquid, and that's what I do. And
well, you're lucky you don't have to shovel snow, so you probably
oh,
don't eat as much
well,
as many carbs as I do.
Well, in the beginning of your, I couldn't figure out how to get in the chat here, but
Yeah.
anyway,
It's the same way you always do. Short.
well,
fake
no, I'm talking about the people that talk on the right.
Oh, they're on YouTube or X.
Oh,
If you watch it on YouTube or X,
I can't comment on YouTube.
oh,
So,
right. Well, if you are on X or Discord, but FAK12 you cannot because it's not integrated,
well,
and D Live as well. You could get into D Live. So there's only 4 different ways to get into
well,
that.
that's the way I came in. The way I come into your show normally is here.
Yes, yes. You're allowed to do that. Any guest can come into the studio if they
Yeah,
want.
I mean, I don't want to barge in on you, but
That's
that's the
all right.
only way I could get in. And in the beginning, you were talking about the weather. And I
Yeah.
just want to let you guys know,
Yeah.
I'm on, my generator has been going for over a day because we're out of
Oh,
power. So we had a big ice storm here in East Texas,
yes.
and I have no power except to my generator, and it's done a lot of damage with the trees and all that. So, and my internet was out for a couple hours too. So we got hit pretty hard, and we're not done. We're not even done with this storm. So, and my generators really never really been on this long. I mean, it's a long time to be on. So
You
who
better
knows what's
make
going
sure
to
you
happen?
don't run out of propane.
Yeah, I got propane, plenty of propane. But
You got
anyway,
enough?
that's where.
Well, no, that's good. I have a generator too, and it's not hasn't been used since the great blackout that they engineered in 2002 or whatever it was. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm looking at the radar now going through East Texas. Yeah, I have a YouTuber I follow in Louisiana. He just told everyone he won't be doing anything for a week because he didn't figure he's going to be back in his house in New Orleans. So he just wanted to get out of there in case.
yeah,
But I think the storm, according to this radar, is passed through now, and it's
yeah,
mostly stuck over us, as you can see here on the map. We're in the middle of it. We're right
yeah,
in the middle of it. We're getting slammed. So I hope I can get out of my driveway tomorrow to go do my stuff, go do my work. We'll
yeah.
see. All right. Well, thanks, Jim, for calling in. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
and
you.
your guests, thank you. Thanks for the conversation. And I find it very interesting, very good information. Thank you.
Go ahead, Unreal, if you want to say hi.
Yeah, no, I just think that we have a lot of different ways to eat and to think about how we sustain ourselves. But
Yes.
in the origin of all the questions we ask us, we have this big misconception of plant foods being so natural for man, and I think that that's something that's we've been educated into believing, and it's not true. And we can see how all the plants we eat today were developed not so long ago, and that people not so long before that did not have the option to eat many plants, and that's why they mostly ate bread. So they got only
Right.
bread,
Yeah, grains. Grains
Yeah, exactly.
were the staple, and I guess
But
in
it's
Asia,
the same grains before. It's the same as all the plant foods we eat today. It's the dumbing down of people eating things that's not good for them.
And what about rice? Because the Asians
The
eat
same.
rice.
It's a grain.
It's a grain. Okay, yeah. So rice is no good either.
No, it's like I'm not going to say you can't eat it or it's dangerous. It's not. But it's just like
it shouldn't be the central part of our diet.
exactly. You shouldn't think that it's good for you because it's not really good for you. That's not what you're made to eat. So I like rice. I can eat rice, but it's just like something that sustains you.
Awesome.
So if you take the example of a cat and a hare, one is eating meat and the other is going around picking for greens. Who do you think lives the longest? They're the same weight. So animals that eat just plants, they don't live that long. And animals that eat meats, they live longer.
Well, that's why you're supposed to feed your dog the raw beef. And
because dogs are man's best friend, because we were just eating animal foods before and they got all the scraps. That's why they love us.
Yeah. What about raw red meat? There's one guy who comments on my blog all the time. He says he only eats raw red meat. What's your take on that?
My take is like it's a stupid thing to do. Why do you want only to eat one thing? I mean, we are made to digest animal source food. So we should eat soups. We should eat well cooked meats. We should eat sometimes some raw stuff. And a lot of organ meats. So it's not steak. We should eat very fat animal products. And eating just raw something is very stupid, because humans they are advanced creatures and they always know be supposed to prepare the food. We're not supposed to just so I think every smart way to eat is probably not so smart, in the sense that we are just a technical creature designed to digest animal source foods, and we're all probably a little bit different, so we all probably accept this or that food a little bit better. We should not only eat one type of food. You should eat the whole animal more or less, and you should eat a lot of stocks, because it's a lot of good things that comes from animal produce when you break it down. And you should eat like milk products and fermented products and stuff like that too. Those are all animal products that we digest very well. We are made to digest it.
Clockwork says rice is plastic, at least white rice. That's interesting. And here's another post on X, and I see this all the time. Welcome to Canada, home of skyrocketing bacon prices, where even no-name bacon is $9 a pound, and the average family is spending $17,500 a year just to eat. So we're leading in G7 food inflation at 6.2%. Yeah, that's us winning the wrong race. And I'm furious that the average family in Canada can't feed their kids properly without breaking the bank. So basically here he's highlighting bacon. This is bacon. This is the cheapest brand you can buy in Canada. and it's $9 for package. I think I pay half of that because I know where to go, but we do eat a lot of bacon with all the fat on it, by the way. I do like I find that fat has the taste in meat. That's where the taste is. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that? Would you agree with that, Jim?
Yeah, here's the thing. I want to make a point. Biblically speaking, okay,
Yes.
when the priests had to offer up the sacrifices in the temple,
hmm
the offering was the fattiest meat, and it was all meat. They didn't offer any vegetables. It was all when they offered up the sacrifice to God.
Yeah.
It was always some meat, cow,
A meat
whatever it
offering.
was, and the fattiest pieces were the ones that were looked at as the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they weren't stupid. They gave the gods the best stuff.
Well, look at Cain and Abel. Look what happened with them. Okay, why did God reject Abel's? I mean, not Abel, but Cain's sacrifice?
Mhm.
They both had a sacrifice to God, right? Well, Abel offered up the meats from his flocks. Okay, but Cain offered up what? Vegetables.
But we don't need to look in any book to understand how humans are designed, and our digestive system is just designed to consume animal products. That's just the fact of it. And we have the same digestive system as other carnivore animals. So it's like we don't need to have indications from some old source that it's not verifiable. It's not necessary. And the unfortunate fact is the situation where we are led to believe that the most natural foods, they are grown in nature, and nature has never given us anything to eat that's growing, and that's where the church has been very strong, and they have cross species, they had cultivated out the most toxic aspects of greens and vegetables and fruits and made them comestible. So that's how we came about to eat all these plants, and the different states, they have been promoting the plant produce for a long time to have us eat it, but it's not what we are made to digest. Our digestive system is made to digest animal produce, and animal produce is not just meat. It's the whole animal. It's like the soups, it's the fatty parts, it's the bones, it's the everything. That's what a healthy human diet would be to eat whole animal foods and animal produce, and specked with some plants and herbs and everything to go. So it's not just the one or the other. We are a very adaptive creature, and we can survive for a long time on plants. We can, but we are intoxicating ourselves.
Hold on, I got a caller in, or
2
Unreal.
minutes 29 seconds.
Hi, caller in, or where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, Tim. It's Anna from Pennsylvania. How are you?
Hi, Anna. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Unreal.
Hi.
And Jim is here.
Oh, hello, Jim.
Hi,
I just have a question for Unreal. What do you think about the Japanese culture of eating sushi and sashimi? Do you think the reason they live so long is because the seaweed, like supposedly seaweed, is good for you? And
I don't think
what do you think of that?
there's no seaweed in mother's milk, so we don't practically need any seaweed to be healthy, and I don't think Japanese people need it either. But I'm guessing it's a lot of minerals in there. That's probably good, but it's like we have to accept the sad fact that humans need to consume animals to be healthy. That's what our digestive system is designed to do. And fish is just like meat. It's a animal product, and fish are not full of toxins either, like most plants are. So it's the same situation. If you're an island like the Japanese, of course they eat a lot of sea products, but that's animal foods, So they eat a lot of animal foods naturally.
Okay, I was just wondering what you thought. Thank you. Okay, take care.
But it's like I'm not. I don't have answers to all the questions about food. It's just that I've been into food for a long time, and I've been through a lot of diets, and it's just so incredible that I have missed completely the fact that what I thought was natural food, which is plant produce, it's recent. It's not old. We didn't go around and eat this all these plant foods hundreds of years ago. They didn't exist. The broccoli you eat now didn't exist. The carrot you eat now, it didn't exist. The apple you eat today didn't exist.
Milk, and that helps. Like drinking raw milk in the U.S. is, in some states it's illegal to sell it, and but in Pennsylvania it's not. And I know in Europe you guys have it openly in the
No,
market.
it's not so current here. It is like, for instance, I live in France, and it's like I need to go to special places to get unpasteurized milk.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that, because but yeah, I think drinking raw milk is good for people, even ones that are lactose intolerant. But I'm just going to go. I just wanted to call and ask what you thought about like raw fish or.
No, all good questions. It's like it's the I don't think we need to try to be so precise about exactly what the diet should look like. It's just we should be aware that plant produce is not what we're made to consume. But we can consume it. It doesn't kill us, but it does kill us slowly if we eat only plants. So the more
one thing, when I've eaten kale, Kale.
Oh, I hate kale. That's toxic. That crap.
I love it. I get some kind of high
yeah, me too.
after I have it.
That's really bad stuff.
But really, I really like the taste of plants because I've been eating plant food for many years. So I like eating it. I'm able to cook it very well myself because I like cooking. So I can cook a good meal of vegetables, sure. But unfortunately, that's not what I'm best at digesting, because my system is designed to digest animal produce. And my brain cannot get enough nutrients from just plant foods on the long term. And that's why they have found that, unfortunately, for those who just go vegan, they're going to have some problems with their nutrition for the brain after a while.
Yeah, and they think that Alzheimer's is lack of fat for your brain, like from people switching to margarine instead of full fat butter. But
I had the unfortunate situation where I got interested in food through my father, who got Alzheimer's. And he was unfortunately one of the people that was told when he was in his 40s, 50s that fat was bad for your heart, and he had some heart problems. And he completely cut out every fat from his food. And 20 years later, he got Alzheimer's and never recovered.
And here's a post from Samahul again. This guy's really good.
Yeah, he sounds good.
Low cholesterol under 160 milligrams per deciliter correlates with higher suicide rates. Brain needs cholesterol for serotonin receptors, increased violent behavior, disrupted neurotransmitter function, greater depression, hormonal disruption, higher all-cause mortality, immune suppression, hormone deficiency. Your brain needs cholesterol. When levels are too low, mental health deteriorates. But my doctor wants my cholesterol under 150. Your doctor is following guidelines written by pharmaceutical consultants. Your brain is screaming for cholesterol. Who should you listen to? Cholesterol under 200 was never normal. It's a pharmaceutical target created to sell more statins. Historical healthy cholesterol, 200 to 240. Now they want you under 150, not based on health outcomes, based on selling more drugs. Yeah, crazy. Oh man.
Well, I think the craziest part that I'm still insisting on this is the fact that plants are recent inventions for humans to eat. It's like we could not eat them before because they were too toxic, they were too difficult to eat. So it's like, and that's not even a very polemic subject. It's like if you look at horticulture, they know they invented all these plants lately. They all know it. But we who go around and trying to be healthy, we think that the most natural produce is what grows on its own. It's not. That's the big con for me about the food. It's the fact that we go around and think that the wrong food is what's natural, and it's not. And unfortunately, it's also hard to get clean animal produce too, and it's not easy to be healthy today, and it's never meant to be for most normal people.
Yeah.
That's why we are vaccinated. That's why they poison us.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you, Diana.
Yep.
And Anna. Sorry. Thank you for calling. She's from PA. She's probably getting a lot of snow too. Wow, this is pretty interesting stuff. Who knew we'd be talking about this today? That was a good one.
Yeah, as I told you, I haven't been researching much lately, but I have been looking into food, and I am changing my diet these days because I had some
health issues.
Health issues myself, and I think that for those who have health issues, they should look into the diet proposed by Natalie McBride and her GAPS diet, which is the diet that I think is best made for humans to consume, which is based mostly on animal products, but also plants and fruits and everything else that she includes. And I think when we've eaten so much plants, it's like probably pretty rough to stop eating everything that our body's used to as well. And to address what Jim was saying earlier on, that he eats just once a day and stuff, I don't think we should eat more than we need. So if that's once a day, okay. If you're hungry 2 times a day, good, eat. And I think that it's bred out of us since we are children to not eat what we actually desire, because children, they don't desire the green stuff. They desire to eat more animal products, and we wrongly educate them to not trust their taste. And as adults now, we don't even know what we like to eat, because for me, for sure, I like a lot of plant food, but now when I'm trying to consume more animal foods, that's not easy for me. I do find that I get more appetite for it, and that I actually am attracted to fatty foods, and that's a pretty good way to fight having sugar cravings, to allow yourself to eat a lot of fatty foods, because normally when you go and eat too much plants, you are starved in animal fats, and animal fats is what our brains are made out of.
Okay, wow. So your website is allunreal.com, right?
Oh, it's not working anymore.
Oh, it's dead? Okay. Do you have any social media or any email if people want to contact you?
Oh yeah, my emails are working. I think they can write me on unreal@allunreal.com.
Unreal@allunreal.com.
Or even better, maybe blog@allunreal.com or something like that.
Okay.
But I was thinking of maybe posting something on the forums about food, because I think
yeah, that would be good.
I also heard talk about how we should drink more, and I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea to drink too much.
Drink more what? Water?
Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea.
I was told you're supposed to eat your water, not drink it.
Well, I don't think that's probably. I think you should have a lot of broth. So you should have water, but not only fruit juices and stuff like that, because it's pretty tough on the organism. So broth is probably the best food for most people who wants to heal from digestive issues, which we all have.
Okay, what's the best way to get broth? Can you just buy it in a container, or do you have to make it yourself?
It's like something that we have all forgotten about is to make food ourselves. And the easiest way to make any meat, I feel, is to try to get hold of a big piece of meat on the bone.
Yes.
And you can probably cook that a little bit in the oven, and then you will have it with vegetables into a lot of water, and you let it cook on very low heat for a couple of hours, and then you have both very good meats, and you have a really good broth, and you have some vegetables left over too. It gives a really good taste to the whole thing. So that's how we mostly ate and should eat, I think, as humans. It's like a lot of broth with a lot of animal fats in it. So just get a big piece of meat with bone, and then you cook it a little bit with vegetables, and you put it into water, and you cook it on low heat for a couple of hours, Then you have meals for several days.
Okay. What's for dinner tonight?
Well, I ate already, but I'm about to make short ribs, long roast, and a soup out of that later.
Wow. And you're feeling better now? Your health is
I
better?
never felt bad, so I'm not going to say that I have been sick. I haven't. So it's just that I did have some. I wanted my brain to work better, so it's like I felt I was lagging a bit.
Okay.
And upping the amount of fats that I consume, and then I try to consume more animal fat. That has helped me a bit, and so that's improving. But it's a long way to get healthy only by eating. It's like it takes a while, but for sure, doing the mistake of trying to nourish yourself with mostly plant products is not a smart way to get healthy, because you are not designed to eat that much plant food. And the plants that we eat are recent inventions, and many of them comes from the monasteries, secret gardens, where they refine the plants to make them comestible from like wild plants that were very harsh and impossible for us to eat. That's what we're eating now. It's the far removed relatives of uneatable plant foods that's been refined by the work of the good men of the church over the centuries.
All right. Do you want to watch some one of our fakeologist critic before you go?
Yeah.
Here's a guy from our audio chat who I didn't see this. Someone just sent it to me now. So we'll have a quick look at Toby. Toby, I didn't ban you from the chat, but here we go.
Hey, it's Toby's Freedom. The 20th of January 2026, and this is going to be a short video. I'm not going to say any names, only if they're not on Fakeologist. And if you don't know Fakeologist and you don't want to hear what it is, don't listen to this video. If you don't like talking about conspiracies or alternative things, don't go there.
Okay.
It's a website where you talk to other fellow people on same level. Almost, I think people are on different levels of truth. But there's an audio chat, and and that's recorded forever. And there's a non-audio chat that is not recorded or live stream, not live stream and not live stream.
Anyway, what he's talking about is we do an audio chat on the weekends usually. Not today. Nobody showed up today, and I was too busy sledding through the snow. But usually there's a 1 to 2 to 10-hour audio chat on Saturdays and Sundays. And Toby was on it for a long time, and then he just left. And I don't have time to listen to this right now, but I just thought I'd point out that he's pointing out that we do have a Discord. And I think Unreal, you've been there many times.
Yeah.
We chat about stuff. So for the most part, nobody's really banned. I don't moderate the Discord because I don't have time. So I have a moderator who you have to abide by the rules, and he moderates the chat. And if he doesn't think you're following the rules, he'll kick you out. Now, I don't know what happened to Toby, but it's obviously enough to make 3 YouTube videos on the topic. So maybe I'll watch that later. But we do. I don't know, this idea of freedom of speech, freedom of speech is just a general is a general guarantee in the United States Constitution. It's part of the Bill of Rights, I think. Right, Jim? Where, that doesn't apply to private forums. Or a website or a YouTube channel or a Discord. These are private places mostly. And so freedom of speech doesn't apply to getting into a private club. Okay, but obviously there's freedom of speech because he's doing a video talking about it. So really isn't he's mixing up concepts, and I think people say that mix it up all the time. If someone doesn't want you on their property, they have the right to kick you off. It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason. And I know it can't be because of certain things you can't help, like your color or your religion, but overall, you don't need a reason. So I think he's out to lunch on that one. But anyway, so if you want to watch that, I'll put a note to that in the show notes tonight as well. But Unreal, of course, you're always allowed to come on the Discord as well and join us over there if you want anytime. I'd like to hear from you. So should we do another follow-up show on the food or schedule another show in the future?
Yeah, I'm always happy to come on and talk with you and stay in touch with the other psychologists. So it's like I'm happy to come on. I'm sorry, I would have liked to have been able to spend a little bit more time preparing for a show or doing some research, but it's like I haven't had the time lately. So it was just funny to that we should talk about as I told you a little bit about what I found on food, and the other thing that I've been lurking about lately is the state of artificial intelligence, which is getting really advanced, and it's very
What's
scary.
your take on that? I'll talk about that for a bit. Sure.
So it's like the big language models that we now use as artificial intelligence is like they're starting to come to the end of their cycle, like they're very performant, but they always will have some kind of performance craziness about them. They're not 100% reliable, right? Because they are just predictors.
Okay.
But what's so scary is the fact that the people that lead that industry, which is like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini, Google, and all that stuff, they are like shaping our future and getting so many billions of dollars in funding. So it's like
government money too.
They're gonna have the biggest computers on Earth, and they're clearly gonna be of some kind of use. But what's scary is like for them, the ultimate thing that these computers can do is to solve cancer.
Is to cure cancer, you said?
Yeah. Or solve space travel.
Mm-hmm.
And as a psychologist, what do you think of those ambitions? Do you think cancer needs to be solved?
Did they actually say that? I never heard that.
They're always saying that. Everybody, because at some point, these people, they are nerds. You see, they don't get really life, but they are in charge of the technology. And when they talk about the future, they talk about space travel and curing cancer.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, cancer.
And making better vaccines, of course.
We can stop cancer if we stop poisoning ourselves with the food and the medicine. I think that would be the first way. And people don't die of cancer; they die of the treatment.
Exactly.
And the treatment is barbaric as blood. We may as well go back to bloodletting and mercury. So all those toxins to get out a toxin. It's crazy.
So we're like in a kind of a alternative reality where we're going to have the biggest computational power we've ever had, and getting computers that's really smart. And these smartnesses are completely misinformed. They're smart about dumb things. You get what this will mean. It's like we're going to be incredibly smart in a lot of dumb areas, like space travel, which is completely fake.
Right. Yeah.
Cancer research, which is a complete waste of money. Cancer has been proven to be some kind of fungus that only grows in in acidic bodies that's completely toxified. That's cancer.
Well,
you can cure cancer. That's not a mystery why people get cancer.
Well, they don't get cancer; they get poisoned, and the body reacts to the poison by creating a mass.
Cancer is the body's reaction to the poison.
Poison, yeah. So then, what's the answer? What is the medical industry's answer to that? More poison.
Exactly.
So, or they give you a treatment that kills everything, and hopefully more of the mass that's in your body, causing all kinds of problems and chaos because it's so big and impinges on other organs. But yeah, it's The AI is not intelligent. We have to get the intelligent part out of it. All it is a glorified search engine that can do repetitive processes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty scary because we are spending incredible amounts of money on it. And
Oh, I know. I'm following the tech bubble. I'm following that in the investment community. What are you going to say, Jim?
Well, I was just going to say they don't want to cure cancer because cancer is a big moneymaker.
Oh, I agree.
They have to let that. They're going to make I get a big kick out of you see all this the cancer things. The woman get involved with the pink, pink this, pink that.
Yeah.
Now running for cancer, whatever. But the thing is, all the things that the women are using in their lives are giving them cancer. Okay, all the makeup, all the lipsticks, all the things they put on their body, and yet they got all these women brainwashed into thinking that they're going to be there for curing cancer, and yet all the things that they are partaking of is causing the cancer that they're trying to cure.
Yeah, they don't want to cure it. That's obvious. That's completely obvious, in my opinion.
But I think the scientists and the engineers, the computer engineers that are in charge of artificial intelligence, they do actually think that this is the end game for super intelligence, is to solve these questions of space travel and like disease with the faulty models we have about space and health. So it's like it's very interesting to see how the GIGO phenomenon, where you get garbage in and garbage out, is really going to influence us all through the fact that the super intelligences that is being constructed all over the world now is going to be incredibly misled, and we too.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy. All right, I see Pichet in the audience. Pichet is an old friend of the show. Je suis Dodo, hello. Kate Emma, hello. Skate and Destroy, hello. Boris Negra Rosa, hello. And Clockwork is there, and so many other regulars. Ardman, Echo Charlie, Free Toby, I don't think so. Apollyon 911. Pretty good crowd tonight on a Sunday. Now, as you know, we did Sunday because Unreal is in France, so he's 6 hours ahead, and I don't think he wants to do the normal time of 2 in the morning when we normally show up here at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you get an alert that we're on a Sunday, that's the reason. Now, I told Peter, the cannibal guy, that we're not doing a show tonight because I can only do one. I really should only do one show a day. So you'll have to come back for your cannibal news next Sunday. So, some people are enjoying it. I find it kind of bizarre, but Peter's a different thinker, and we have different thinkers on this show. Outside the box, he's outside the box, is the box of boxes, if you ask me. he's really out there, but okay, it's entertaining, and this is conspiratainment sometimes, so we like to lighten it up and loosen it up. So, any closing comments? Well, we'll go with Jim, and then we'll finish with Unreal if you want.
Oh, no, I like I said, I enjoy I think it's great talking about health. I think we got to talk. We have to really talk about health more than anything else, because health is all you got.
That's
all the other conspiracies are, nice to talk about, but if you're not feeling good, they're not going to do you any good. You know what I'm saying?
We want to live, and all the money in the world really doesn't buy health. So we just have to probably stop poisoning ourselves. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. So I'm always open to new ways to improve my health, because as you get older, that's when the problems start to compound and magnify, don't they?
Yep.
You're about my age too, aren't you, Unreal?
Yeah, I'm a bit younger, I guess, but the same age, more or less. We were born on the same day, as you know, the 1st of June.
Oh, right. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. By the way, has AI impacted your business? I think you're in the architectural business. Is it taking away
Yeah,
task
just like
from you guys.
yeah, and just like it's going to impact a lot of businesses because it's like getting really performant. It's like I think that the best programmers in the world right now, they have stopped producing code themselves. They're letting the AI do all the
Yes.
computer code. So it's like we're changing like the it's really we're going to change how we work in many industries. But it's like what I tried to say earlier is like the artificial intelligence can only be as useful as the information we give it. So it's like it's going to have an impact on most of professions, but it's like it cannot be deduct where the truth is, So but we can use it. I think like you probably will find ways to use artificial intelligence when you can have a local AI, run your website. You can have a local AI like serve articles to people on your site, and you can. I think we can make alternative research more efficient with the use of local AI in not too long, and could be really good. It's like we can do a lot of good research too, but it's getting difficult with all the pre-programming they do with their models. So you cannot be they try to safeguard their models against a lot of things. So it's like they're going to safeguard against many of the questions we ask. So you're gonna hit the wall somehow. But there are some. There are also open source AI models that are not as good as the latest models from the big companies, OpenAI and Anthropic and Gemini, but they're not so far behind. And I think they are running as fast as they can because China is coming like 7 months behind the biggest AI companies. So I think like the next thing we're going to see now is like every country is going to start to get their own AIs that's going to serve their countrymen. So they're going to have like a huge reduction, I guess, soon in like administrative workforce.
Yeah,
because the AI is so good at reading
doing repetitive
documents.
tasks. Yeah, repetitive tasks. Yeah,
Yeah.
And documents. Yeah.
So imagine if you had an AI rework your website, and you have so much information, So it's like it could be very good for alternative research too, because we have so much information. But it's like we probably cannot use any public AI so well because they won't let us.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's like
AI was attacking my website to scrape it because
surely.
I think the bots were coming in at 100 a minute. I couldn't even get on, and I'm just guessing.
But in AI, like one of the limits they have now is the fact that there's no more human knowledge for the
Right.
computers to work on. So they are creating synthetic knowledge, so they are now training models on the information that the models generate themselves, and as you probably guessed, you can't garbage in, garbage out. So it's like when you feed them all this nonsense about space and about health, and they think it's the allopathic version. It's like it's a big mess of unknowingness that they're going to create, and it's only going to get worse.
So they're magnifying the stupidity, is what you're saying.
But the advantage is that the fact the data centers, they are so enormous and so few in between them. So it's like all the world's knowledge is soon going to be localized in just a few factories.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Well, Adam from the No Agenda show is saying that once the next upgrade comes to the chips and the data centers, then those old data chips and boxes will be available for anyone to put in their location. And it'll be a year or two behind, but it'll still be very useful.
Exactly.
So yeah, we need to create a fakeologist LLM to AI to scrape the website. That's a good idea. I should work on that. I don't know if I'm smart enough to do that, but maybe I'll have to find someone. But that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of computer engineers that's soon going to be out of work, and programmers. So it's like it's probably
There'll be a lot of people out of work, and that's why they want to practice locking down people, because hungry people, out of work people, they're very dangerous.
Yeah, they're getting cannibalistic.
I think so. I think so. All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining in. I appreciate it. And we'll have you back. Maybe we'll schedule in a few weeks and we'll just talk about whatever shows up, like tonight.
Yep, that's fine, Ab.
Totally random. So we'll do that. And thanks to Jim Rizzoli for coming in the show. He'll be back Wednesday. Thanks, Jim.
Yep. Thank you.
And we'll also thank Jan Van Gumpel, I think. Sorry, I forget his name. He's on Twitter or X. He's the one that said, "Hey, Unreal's great. When the hell is he coming back?" So then I sent you the email, and then you're back. So that was great. It's always good to hear different voices, old voices, any fakeologist voices. You've been around since the very beginning. This is our 14th year in April, and then we'll be on year 15. I guess we'll keep going. So,
and a big thanks to you, Ab, for keeping the show up, the site up, and everything. It's great. It's just.
Well, thank you. We got over 3,000 audios. Some of them good, some of them not so good, but we've got thousands of podcasts. Talk about volume. If there aren't too many podcasts, and I include the audio chats, and that's other people talking. We're over 3,000. That's got to be in the top, whatever, maybe top 5,000. Who knows? In the world.
Ask AI.
Yeah, we'll have to ask AI. We've got a lot of stuff out there, a lot of content. It'd be really great because there's so many.
And and imagine when you're going to start to transcribe all the audio. It's going to be fantastic because you can really extract every information out of all those shows. You can
Yes. Yeah.
So much to grab.
Now, if anyone wants all the audios at once, you can do that right now, and you can get all the videos that I've downloaded. I haven't even downloaded all the videos. One day I'm going to do it, but all the audios are definitely up there. And if you go to shortfake.com/sync audio, let's see if that works. Oh, here it is. Yeah. If you go to shortfake.com/sync audio, you can sync all the audios in one button click to your phone, which your phones are big enough now. They can take every audio, or your computer. You just click on this link here and it'll install a very small program that can synchronize my data to your data, or any data to any data. It's a really good program. It's free. And you can do that. And then you could transcribe them, and then you could feed the transcriptions into an LLM and see what it comes up with. That would be cool. Yeah, Piche was one of the early interviewees. You can come back on, Pete. We'll have you back over there in Limerick, Ireland. That'd be fun. Je suis Dodo. So why not? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good time. Another couple hours. I got to go shovel the driveway, snow blow the driveway with my snow blower. And you guys can enjoy your warm weather wherever you are. And that's it. So have a good one. Make sure you contact All Unreal if you want to talk to Unreal from France. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Au revoir.
Au revoir.